Magandang hapon, nagsasagawa ng press conference ang Department of Health kaugnay ng nCoV-ARD. Panoorin po natin ito.
As far as the 32 overseas worker, yung mga pagdating nila dito, they are all cleared with the virus or whatever.
Simula na ba tayo? Can I answer that na? Yeah. Sagutin ko or you would like me to
Stay like that?
yeah, something like that po. So actually, Director Casyon, thank you for coming ulit. Salamat ulit ako, Cesar. And Dr. Chichaco. Chicho.
Chi na lang, sir.
Dr. Chi. So, at kami po yung nagkasama-sama to more or less make sure that yung plano that was developed by the interagency ay mai-implement. So, hindi kami po nagpunta doon na bubulagaan lang. We came there prepared with a plan endorsed by the interagency committee headed by our Secretary Francisco T. Duque. Hindi po ito po ay na-develop a few years way back, a few days ago when finally the decision to use the NNC as quarantine site was decided. And it was announced by Senator Bongo actually sa media. So from that, nag-develop na po ng plano which the region implemented through the regional office and through our hospitals. So yun po, kasama doon sa plano is preparing the site na paglalagyan nila. And the one in charge doon is the regional office. And yesterday, the facility was turned over formally, officially by the Mayor Are of the NCC, New Clark City, to Director Casyon. So sabi niya, for the next 14 days or 15 days, ikaw ang manager dito, ikaw ang may-ari ng facility na ito. Everything that happens here will be through you. So yun po yung sitwasyon ngayon, and our RD is now given additional task of being the manager of that athletes village.
You are saying that the plan is for the overseas worker. Ito ba'y amin person na...
Ano pong ban?
Overseas employee. Ito ba amin person in can accommodate?
Ilang room yan? 200. Ito po yung manager. Gusto siyang magsagot.
So actually, sir, they can accommodate up to 250 tao. But
200,000?
250 people.
Yung building lang na inoccupy ng for the quarantine for quarantine purposes po.
This is good for 250 person. Amin rooms.
250 din.
One per room kasi po yung ano.
Okay. So, excuse me lang. So, just to, ano lang po muna, before question, sana magpapakilala po para we will know po sino po yung magpapakilala.
We are just at we are in a ready because we are meeting our deadlines.
Okay. So, that's the same. So, nabanggit mo po yung number of rooms. So, actually, what we have here is the 250 rooms po yung building A na ginagamit lang namin po. But, sabi nga namin, 1:1 po kasi yung accommodation. So, meaning, one person to one room. But, of course, there are exceptions. Pag family sila, may family naman kasi doon, so they stay in one room. So, more or less, mga 30 plus lang po yung ginamit for the repatriates po.
What is the size of
That room, more or less, mga... Actually, the room has 2 beds. Meron siyang 2 beds. And it has a television set. Meron din siyang refrigerator. Then cabinet po. Then of course, may sarili pong toilet and bath.
It is good for how many persons?
It could actually accommodate 3.
Kalahati nung room na to, basically including the CR, that will occupy the space. Kalahati po nung conference ko na. Ganun po kalaki.
Can you give us an idea anong daily routine of one person under quarantine? Do they go daily resting? Do they go to psychological treatment?
Yes.
Give us an idea kung say ako, pagising ko ngayong umaga, anong gagawin ko? Right?
Ganun.
May exercise pa, calisthenics. Yes, ma'am.
Totoo, Chief po.
Yes, we have developed a schedule for our the occupants there are OFWs. Of course, hindi po sila maiinep. We have actually scheduled a psychosocial, what we call this, not really debriefing, but we will be having some psychosocial counseling and orientation. Sorry, again.
Yes. Yes, can you sit? Dito, kasama ka dito. Kailangan na senior citizen dito sa harap.
Okay, this is the volume. Okay, already. So for the OFWs, we have scheduled daily activities. First of all, because we would like to know whether they are well or not, pagising po nila sa umaga, in-encourage po namin sila na mag-exercise. They have a free space for them to roam around within their floors. Meron po silang magandang parang terrace na malaki where pwede silang magpahangin, and it's overlooking the swimming pool in the playing area. And after that po, we encourage them to exercise. And of course, we will be monitoring po kasi if they will be developing their some signs and symptoms. So, daily po, meron po medical team na mag-check po sa kanila isa-isa to know their well-being. And after that po, they have, yun nga po, dahil maganda po yung amenities sa loob, the Wi-Fi is strong. So, meron po silang time para makapag-watch ng TV and have time for themselves. So, 2 times po namin silang i-check. Yes, 2 times, morning and afternoon. And we have scheduled po din ng mga, para po silang nasa dorm. May tasking din po sila para medyo yung exercise yung katawan, encourage them to have their sheets, yung mga, yun sa loob po, aayusin po nila yung mga kwarto nila. And yun po, dahil meron naman silang mga damit, and we encourage them also to do some washing. Of course, we always orient them. Meron po PA system doon. We orient them of the rules and the do's and don'ts inside the facility.
Thank you so much.
Meron po akong press statement. I think that was cleared already. Yan.
Just like to
Pala
announce
po,
lang po
reported.
sana wala po tayong live streaming for now because our Secretary of Health will be holding our Presscon tomorrow. Yung details po ng mga Presscon po, yung mga meron po tayo as much as possible, mag-stick lang tayo muna sa press release na babasahin po ni Undersecretary Gerardo Bayugo. Okay, so no live streaming po as of now.
Yung nangyari kanina.
Ngayon na, kasi may ongoing live streaming ngayon
Yes, so
kasi.
we do not allow po muna as of today yung live streaming. Tomorrow na po yung live streaming natin and detail po ng mga information on the repatriation. But for now, let us hear it from Undersecretary Gerardo Bayugo, our press release for today.
I-distribute din naman to.
Yes po. Hindi po. Pwede po siya, makikinig po tayo sa press release na sasabihin niya, yung mga details na sasabihin niya, pero hindi po siya ila-live stream.
Pwede yung part na yan, since i-release nito.
Hindi po. Wala pong live streaming. Yung for now po, information lang po natin makukuha. But yung live streaming kasi national will be the first po na magla-live streaming for now. I hope you understand.
Yeah, but we can ask question as far as
Yes,
what happened today.
But yes, mag-stick lang po tayo sa press statement ni Undersecretary. Thank you.
Babasahin ko ba to? Or we can just distribute them sa kanila? Kung officially approved na naman ito, then parang magre-recite lang ako ng isang poem, then wala. Yes, para just to save time for everyone. Pati kami, we would like to give you the time to write and improve. Oo, pwede naman. Ewan ko, this is their rules, hindi ko alam.
Yes, it's the national rule po. Nagaling po ito sa Media Relations Unit natin sa Central Office. You can ask question pertaining to the press release na nirelease po namin, but you cannot tape our authorities po natin because we will be holding our press conference tomorrow. So, na central office po
The
natin.
thing is we work for the television, no? And we have to take this thing. So we cannot ban us from not taking this press
Saka paano mo online news na according sa
Yes, we will be speaking po. We will be speaking with the statement.
statement na lang.
Wala po kami nCoV. Wala po.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Meron po kami mga
I don't think there will be anything against central office if we just share yung what transpired. Okay lang yun. On top of this, which basically the planning process and some of the steps in the plan implementation, we can probably share you some ideas. It's ano dong kami to the at least what we can share and to the best honest discussion that we can present.
Gusto lang po kasi natin na matig na una si Secretary po natin by tomorrow. Thank you po.
Legal understand.
Yes. I hope you all understand.
Saka ito, hindi na bago to eh. Which is not part of this. Let me say, para lang. The plan that was prepared by the Interagency Task Force was more or less implemented adequately. We are satisfied with the implementation. Little hiccups here and there, pero na-implement the way we would like it to be. And we're proud to say na it was through the cooperation of the FA, BCDA, Bureau of Immigration, the airport in Clark, CDC, the Department of National, all the agencies, the ILG, all the members of the Interagency Task Force, PNP, participated in the implementation, planning and implementation. And our chair is, of course, the Department of Health Secretary Francisco T. Duque. So based on the plan laid out, 10:15 umalis yung plane carrying 14 of our Filipinos compatriots here who's going to fetch our repatriates. Anim po, ito alam na naman to, this is public knowledge. Anim na crew ng airline, isa doon. Tapos, 5 DOH, kilala nyo na naman yung 5 DOH, 3 taga-DFA. So total nito is 14. 14 silang nag-flew in to China. Ang naging hiccup lang na konti doon, akala namin makakabalik agad, but medyo nagkaroon ng delay na 2 hours daw. Dahil mahaba pala yung linya ng immigration. Ang dami daw foreigners that being processed to go out of Wuhan. So the delay cost us 2 hours na extra waiting. But they left about 4 o'clock in the morning and arrived 7:10 sa Clark again. Andun na po kami at in a very safe distance, we made sure that the implementation of the disembarkation, the planing is implemented. Ang chair po noon, the one that is the director, floor manager, director, is Dr. Chi. Siya yung head in the simulation exercises kahapon and the one that took over implementation. So again, it went well. Na-process doon mismo yung mga passport. Kita naman siguro nagkaroon ng separate bus for the people and separate bus or truck for the baggages, which were disinfected naman while in the airport. So wala pong naging contamination the way we believe it. Walang contamination na nangyari sa airport. So walang symptomatics na based on the report, wala ding symptomatics na nakita o na-develop sa airport habang nakasakay sa aeroplano. So all the people that were repatriated are now safe and resting in the quarantine facility sa New Clark City. Medyo nagka-problema lang konti, nagutom because of the delay, number one, dahil gabi pa sila doon na. dumaan ng immigration, matagal, so walang pagkain siguro masyado, na-delay pa ng 2 hours. And dito sa atin, they have to be processed. So hindi man pwedeng sabay-sabay sila at tulakan. So we have to call them by batch because we have 5 quarantine people to do the health profiling. So it took some time, another siguro 30-40 minutes, bago sila nakasettle sa room. At isa pang reason, kaya medyo nagutom, anyway, fasting lang naman to, no? Miskiling ko, pwede ka namang mag-fasting a few hours. And this is good for health. Fasting from time to time, it's good for health. So we did not, I don't like to say that as a glitch or a hiccup. But anyway, na-delay na konti yung pagkain. The reason, the food that we have prepared initially was prepared 4 a.m., anticipating that we will be coming ng 5 o'clock. So, dumating sila, 10 o'clock na yata, no? So, ayaw na naming i-risk na yung na-prepare earlier ay ipakain pa. Baka lalong magka-problema, health problem na naman yan. So, magreklamo na sila ng konti kung may magreklamong nagugutom. Anyway, that's good for health kung hindi lang nila alam. We avoid also other health complication if we give right away yung medyo, hindi pa naman panis, kasi kinain ko Hindi naman sumakat ang tiyan ko. Kaya lang, we do not want to risk those people. So, nag-order po sila ng another set. At ngayon, we're happy to report na nakakain na po sila. And they are now probably in their rooms, watching TV, unpacking whatever things they have, and resting. Yun po. So, yun po, iniwan namin sila at that condition. And the team of RD Casyon and Dr. Chi is now taking care of the other details. And for the first 3 days, si Dr. Chi po ang pinaka floor manager ba again? Or the branch manager in the area. After 3 days, another hospital facility will take over yung Batangas, Bataan General Hospital and Medical Center. At yun po, mga tao nila naman na parang endorsement, and Dr. Ria Baltasar will now be the one to take over. And all the other hospitals natin sa Region 3 will take turn. Kasi 5 sila So, 14 na araw lang yan. So, yung isang hospital, wala nang tao, magduduty pa siya ron. Dahil...
Within the 14 days, you will also provide the foods.
Yes, apo. Regional office will be providing the catering services for that. Ito po, pack lunch na. Ilalagay na lang sa kanila para to minimize quarantine kasi the intention is really to minimize contact. So, pack lunch na po. Isi-serve na lang sa kanila through a table in the hallway. Pag ready na doon, then one by one, each can take their own portion.
Specifics yung
Ewan ko, hindi ko alam ang video.
Masarap. Masarap.
Lumpiang Shanghai, Lechon Macau. Joke lang yan, ha?
Healthy.
Ay, ito, sila bahala.
Healthy po.
The one we ate earlier is fish.
Sir, which hospitals po yung 5 na napagin yung will take your...
We have 5 hospitals sa Region 3. Ikaw nga, Cesar. Alam ko na ito.
Ang mga DOH hospitals po in Region 3, of course, we have the Sibilidan Hospital, headed by Dr. Chichoco. The second team will be coming from the Bataan General Hospital, headed by Dr. Gloria Baltasar po. And the third will be coming from the Paulino J. Garcia Hospital, which is based in Cabanatuan. Dr. Lapos, Huberto Lapos is the head of this. And then
Paulino J. Garcia.
J. Garcia Memorial
Research
Hospital. And then the other hospital will be going to, of course, is the Talavera General Hospital. It's also a general DOH hospital headed by Dr. Isabel Gallardo. And of course, we have the Maribeles Wellness Center and General Hospital po, headed by Dr. Lou Evangelista. So, may shifting po. Every 3 days, magbabago po yung teams natin who will take care of our mga repatriates po na doon. And of course, based na sa nabanggit ni Dr. Chichoco, they will be monitored on twice a day po. para to ensure that makikita po natin yung kalagayan ng mga kasamahan natin doon na nandun, to monitor po yung kanilang condition. If they ever develop po, as one of the protocols naman, if they ever develop any signs and symptoms during the course of the monitoring, then they will be transferred to DOH hospitals. So part pa rin ng protocol namin or the procedures that once mag-manifest po ng signs and symptoms, this patient will be isolated and taken to a DOH hospital. May ambulance po na nakaantabay po doon.
Internet by the way, have a way of talking to them outside.
Opo. Actually, it was emphasized to maintain yung, kasi syempre po, para maano natin yung boredom, Wi-Fi was installed in each room po. So, wala namang limited, they have access to Wi-Fi, of course, yung mga normal communication. So, part of their orientation also is, of course, to communicate with their families.
Pero dagdagan ko yun, hindi ko mo binigyan sila, then kay use it very liberal. Meron ding rules. The primary purpose is to maintain contact with the families, which is very important. Pero pag nag-live streaming na sila, nag-komentaryo na ng kung ano-ano, then we have reason to confiscate and deprive them of that privilege. So privilege lang to. So sana naman, yun ang, these are part of the rules that they have written, nakalagay doon sa may house rules. And part of that is the no smoking din, bawal magsigarilyo. So there are house rules doon sa rooms. That includes smoking, use of cell phone kung hanggang saan lang dapat, and other things.
We are afraid that this is the first batch. Are we expecting how many more batches?
We cannot answer that. Siguro po, DFA will be in a better position to know if there will be another batch. Pero pa ba nagre-request sa kanila ng repat? DOH po is taga-provide lang ng service. If there's a need for a service that the DOH is the one mandated to provide.
At yan po ang press conference ng Department of Health kaugnay ng nCoV-ARD. Ayon kay Health Undersecretary Dr. Gerardo Bayugo, asymptomatic o walang mga sintomas ng novel coronavirus ARD ang 30 mga Pilipinong inuwi sa bansa galing Wuhan, China. Nasa maayos at mabuti raw silang kalusugan. Satisfied naman daw ang DOH sa implementasyon ng Mercy Flight at pagsisimula ng quarantine ng mga OFW mula Wuhan. Nadili lang naman daw ang flight. Tiwala naman ng DOH na walang nangyaring contamination sa airport ng Wuhan sa China. Sa ngayon, nasa loob na ng Athletes Village ang 30 Pinoy na inuwi mula China at nagpapahinga na. May schedule na sinusunod sa 14 na araw na quarantine. Kabilang dito ang psychosocial activities. Maaari din silang mag-ehersisyo. Masusing imomonitor ang kanilang kalusugan ng medical team. Gagawin ng check-ups 2 beses kada araw. May mga tasking rin daw ang mga ito tulad ng pag-aayos ng kwarto, gamit pati na ang paglalaba ng mga damit. Hindi rin daw mahigpit sa komunikasyon ng mga naka-quarantine. Maaari naman daw sila makipagkomunikasyon sa kanilang pamilya pero pinagbabawal daw ang live streaming. Kasama rin sa quarantine ang 6 na crew ng eroplano, 5 medical personnel ng DOH at 3 mula sa DFA. Magsasalitan sa pagbabantay sa mga naka-quarantine na mga kawani ng government hospitals ng Region 3. Kung may makitaan ng sintomas, agad i-isolate at dadalhin sa ospital ang OFW. Patuloy raw na magbibigay ng impormasyon tungkol sa sitwasyon ng mga naka-quarantine ang Department of Health.